Consumer packaged good brands and retailers remain relevant to consumers over time. Foods with healthier formulas and stores that supply iPads for omni-channel shopping are two recent examples that help them do exactly that today. Look back. Even stellar brands can lose sight of what matters most to their users. Let's look at Kodak, which was one of the first to go digital, but let the world pass it by. Or Borders, a recent victim of Amazon and e-reader technology. By contrast, Cadillac has rediscovered its mojo with a new voice driven by a 28-year-old woman. Kicking dust off the brand's stodgy image, Vida Portalo brings an edgier look and new sensibilities that help Cadillac compete against racier imports. According to Fast Company, she'd rather emphasize quantifiable evidence of craftsmanship, such as the car's superior head-to-head racetrack performance results against BMW. And she herself is a bridge between her generation and the quality that they associate with their grandparents' era. Sales sped up 36% since the new campaign. The Lempert report thinks plenty of food and retailer brands could benefit from fresh air thinking like this. It doesn't mean trying to launch a new Coke to be dramatic. Rather, we're talking about honoring what made and continues to make your brand great, and wrapping that within messages and experiences that consumers want today. Every aspect of a brand, from product formulation to packaging to advertising, should be reevaluated, and when out of step with consumer demand, reinvented. Insights are essential to these efforts because it must be consumers who drive them. What supermarket dietitians have to say when the Lempert report continues.
ConAgra Foods. With brands like these, we can't help but smile. ConAgra Foods. Food you love.
In this month's issue of Food, Nutrition, and Science, we go behind the scenes at Old Ways Dietitian Symposium. Dietitians from supermarkets across North America joined forces with food industry partners committed to improving public health during February 29th and March 2nd in Savannah, Georgia. Barbara Roos, the corporate dietitian for Bosch's and a good friend, led the vision and helped to create and execute this year's event. She tells us that we have a health crisis in our country, and tough economic times require creative solutions to reach time-starved shoppers with nutrition information that can make a difference. Did you know that 50% of Americans cannot identify 6 or more heart-healthy foods from a list of 13? 37% of Americans and 47% of younger people engage in social media while eating. 25% of Americans are not eating enough fruits and vegetables that can help reduce the risk of heart disease, cancer, and diabetes. 93% of Americans say breakfast is important, but only 44% actually eat it. 1 in 3 kids are overweight or obese, and adult weight statistics are the same. Takeaways from the event included these goals. Develop a national food literacy campaign to eliminate definitions that sabotage their purpose. For example, advising consumers to avoid processed foods isn't helpful or accurate when so many nutritious foods, from canned tomatoes to yogurt, are in fact processed. And telling customers to shop only the perimeter of the store leaves out all the whole grains, canned beans, frozen vegetables, and other important foods that are sold in the center store. Find ways to help shoppers buy and eat more fruits and vegetables in all forms, fresh, canned, and frozen, and eliminate the idea that fresh produce is always the best or the only option. Present a unified message about fish and seafood, and help shoppers navigate the many choices, understand aquaculture and sustainable fishing, and master simple recipes. There's no better time than right now for the supermarkets, dietitians, healthcare organizations, food industry partners, and the media to work together to make a positive impact in changing the way people eat for better health. The Lempert Report uploads right here 3 times a week with the information you need to stay ahead of the trends. For more, just visit thelempertreport.com.